Well, that was one of the wildest things I've ever seen in WWE.
You're telling me.
I know she's your family, but I can't get over how these legends come in and trying to make everything about them. Why can't the older generation stand aside and let us have our shine? They already had their time.
Justine certainly makes everything about her. But I don't care what kind of a miraculous recovery she may have had. Justine should have let me have my moment.
Right? How can these WWE legends expect WWE to grow and move forward if they stay stuck in the past? I'm not the only one in the locker room who feels this way. If you need help with your aunt, you've got backup. I mean, these legends think they're hot, but put them up against a faction of the top and upcoming current superstars and we shut them up real fast.
Embrace the future. Huh. You might have something there. Did you know?
That Justine was in the dark pod? No. They kept that secret under wraps, even from me. But I could have told you not to trust her, even though it would have been hard to convince you of that.
I can't believe it happened. And I was there, getting pinned. She's my aunt. I'm supposed to be able to trust family.
I thought I was like family when we were partners. And you know how that turned out. But there is an upside to having lived through that experience.
What's that?
I can help you now. Listen, no one knows your aunt like I do. I remember what she was like when she was on the main roster, what got under her skin, her toughest opponents, her regrets, her weaknesses. If you're on a collision course with her now, and you seem to be, you'll want me by your side to give you the best chance to beat her and win the championship that should have been yours. The best way to take down your aunt is to make her confront the past.
Confront the past. Interesting idea. I'll think about it.
Our brand new SmackDown Women's Champion is here to address the WWE Universe after her shocking return and victory at Elimination Chamber.
So, I have a little bit of an announcement to make. I've been medically cleared! Surprise! You know, I thought I had closed the books on my WWE career. But being around here lately reignited a light I thought had gone out. As I got involved, coming back into WWE, first with my podcast, and then as a manager, I started to wonder. Edge, Lita got second acts. Why not Justine? The more I gave, the more I realized, you need me. You need me because you deserve to see me finally reap the rewards of the path I trailblazed. To fulfill the promises that I wasn't able to keep when my career got cut short.
What the hell?
I was wondering when you would show up. Figured you would, given how much you like to ride my coattails.
What are you talking about? Why didn't you tell me you were cleared? And why haven't you called me back?
Would you have paid attention if I had? After the way you laughed at me when I suggested we team up for the Money in the Bank tag team match? After you never thought to ask me how I was doing whenever I mentioned my doctor's appointments? I'm beginning to think I should have set up those lighting rigs to fall over on you instead.
You didn't.
Why wouldn't I? Because I'm an old, washed-up, past-her-prime legend? Girlie, you best not insult me, because I taught you everything you know. LJ. Too bad you don't have the goods to back it up. I was proud when you decided to wear your own gear for your debut and make your own mark. But it was probably then that I started to realize you don't have what it takes to push our family name forward in this business. That I'd have to do that myself.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, LJ? You followed me around like a shadow your entire life, and you don't understand. When you hesitated in using the chair in your main event match with Ava, what? Were you afraid the chair would bite you? You've always lacked an edge. I would never have made that mistake, because I've always known exactly what I want, what I needed to do, in a world that was 5 times as hard and 7 times as brutal for me. I tried to push you, but you wouldn't even take advice from me, a WWE legend. Decided to stay loyal and help your leech of a friend Ava instead. You know the difference between you and me, LJ? I've never been content walking in someone else's path. And I never had the luxury. I've always had to make my own.
My head is spinning here. Justine's not only back, but she's put a target on her niece?
Justine's certainly drawn a line in the sand here tonight.
How do you even respond to a betrayal like that? From a member of your own family?
I think we're about to find out. And I have a feeling that whatever she has to say, it could have some big ramifications for the WWE Universe.
You know what I find curious, Auntie? That for someone who's so adamant about creating her own path, you're pretty consistent in bringing up the past and what you've already done. Boo-hoo, I'm Justine. It was so hard for me. I don't doubt it. But I also don't see any other WWE legends standing in the ring right now telling a sob story about unfinished business. Maybe that's because they accomplished what they set out to do. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you failed because you were so mistreated, put upon, and unlucky with an injury, or if you failed because you just don't have what it takes.
You shut your mouth.
Nah, I'm done listening to what you have to say. And I'm done asking for your advice. The only thing I'm asking for, the only thing I'm demanding is to set the record straight. You think you're so powerful that the only thing that stopped you back in your day were forces beyond your control? Some sort of big bad that had it out for you? Then I'm going to tear apart your past and prove that it wasn't them, whoever you think them is. It was you, Justine. Weak, powerless, a lot of talk and no action. And then I'm going to tear you apart. And at WrestleMania, take the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Did we just see a WrestleMania match being made?
I think we did, Saxton, and I got to admit, it's not a matchup I thought we'd ever get on the grandest stage of them all, and I also don't think we've ever seen a statement that powerful from this superstar.
I've got to agree, Corey, and if Justine's going to have her past torn apart in any way, well, let's just say there's a lot to unravel there.
What you said in the ring was exactly on the money, and I'm happy to help you take Justine down by, how did you put it?
Tear apart her past?
That's it. I think Justine's plan is to steer clear of you before the WrestleMania match, which is official, by the way. But if you want to get the upper hand, you might not have to take the fight directly to Justine anyway. Taking some steps to remind Justine about her biggest regrets will go a long way. I have a few ideas, and I've already made some calls to get a couple of other WWE legends to help too.
I gotta ask, are you just helping me so that you can get back at my aunt?
Oh, there's definitely an element of revenge to it. Do you know what it's like for people to think I'm the villain of my story? But I also meant what I said to you on day 1 at Survivor Series. I'm here to help you. Justine's so stuck in the past and her grievances that she's forgotten her obligation to help the next generation, even her own niece.
Ain't that the truth?
Are you ready to get started? I do have one idea that involves a certain red-haired, moonsaulting WWE legend. But with the amount of grievances your aunt has against this company, there's definitely more than one way to approach this.
You talking about Lita?
Who else could it be with that description?
Let's start with her then. What are you thinking?
One thing your aunt could never shut up about was that Lita got the first women's cage match in WWE, not her. A steel cage match with Lita would certainly rub that in her face.
Lita's just going to agree to that?
No, but if you lure her to Raw by making her think she's getting another Raw Women's Championship opportunity, confront her backstage, and I bet you can get her in a match. After her near miss with Becky Lynch last year, she's still got an itch.
WWE legend and Hall of Famer Lita has graced us with her presence here tonight.
From behind. What is she doing here attacking Lita?
No clue, but it looks like she wants a fight.
And things have seemingly gotten out of hand backstage.
No time to wait for a bell to ring. This thing's disintegrating into a backstage brawl.
Nuts on her mind here.
And she said that's enough of that. Better get to safer ground.
Nice amateur takedown. Ow.
Yeah, one nasty fall could be all it takes to change.
Slam! What impact! Claymore! Attacks in that area could leave her opponent in a daze.
I don't know what these superstars are thinking.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's not good. That's a parking area, not a wrestling ring.
Snap soap. Fighting desperately. She rolls her way out of the submission and takes control.
Face buster.
Uh-oh.
Kick to the gut by Lita.
And the patented EDT.
It's like she is already trying to add insult to injury. Smart. She won.
And now it looks like they're done.
You know, provoking WWE legends is usually a bit frowned upon by management.
I needed to get Lita's attention. Besides, another WWE legend provoked me first.
As management, I'm supposed to say that's no excuse. Consider this a warning.
And as Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid who's not WWE management?
You certainly know how to entertain, and knowing Justine, I'm sure it's getting under her skin.
If you need any advice when it comes to steel cage matches, I'm happy to help. It's one thing to take on a legend, but I've taken on a McMahon in a steel cage. Naturally, it was a memorable instant classic of a match.
Wait, didn't you lose that match?
Win, lose, who really remembers? Just don't let your opponent weasel out of their clothes to escape. That would be an embarrassing way to lose. You know, hypothetically.
Right. I think I'm good on advice.
Suit yourself.
I hope you won't make a habit of being here on Raw.
Nice to see you too, Charlotte.
And don't try pulling what you pulled on Lita on me. First of all, you wouldn't succeed. I'd wipe the floor with you. But I'd rather not expend the minimal amount of time and effort it would take to do so.
Right. We can agree to disagree. But don't worry, I don't have time for you either. I'm focused on other opponents right now. You know, ones that actually pose a challenge.
Time to get extreme.
And from Sanford, North Carolina, Lita!
The road to WrestleMania is paved in steel tonight as the legendary Lita and her opponent square off in a steel cage match here on Raw.
After suffering a brutal backstage attack, Lita will be looking to teach her attacker a lesson about respecting her elders.
Make that Hall of Fame, Elders, Saxton.
Lita's hopes are waning here.
Yeah, Lita needs the rally here.
The leg breaker!
About to be the proverbial one-legged man in the you-know-what kicking contest. She has become relentless at this point.
Wearing her down.
Yeah, this has been grueling. The story of this cage match is getting written on this competitor.
No trying. The superstar has changed the tides of the match.
Oh, man, by the hair. Tossed into the corner.
Clothesline.
Alita now.
She finds a counter for Lita.
Lita
Open.
Look at this. She's going to take a leisurely stroll out of the cage.
And a struggle at the cage door with the match in the balance.
Victory just inches away. Who wants it more?
She's looking to escape the cage.
There's the bell, and she survives this brutal cage match.
Winner, the Boss.
I don't think anybody will question the toughness on display here tonight.
Takes a lot of guts to even set foot in the cage, but to win is even more impressive.
It tells me that you're trying to add fuel to the fire of your fight with your aunt. I don't know if I can help, but I can give you a tip. Justine always hated my cowboy hat.
So I should wear a cowboy hat.
No. Let me say more words. She hated my cowboy hat because it reminded her of Trish Stratus. Your aunt always resented Trish for being the face of the company. Trish always got more buzz, more press. Even now, Trish's face is on the side of the production truck, not Justine's.
Wasn't Trish also a 7-time women's champion?
She sure was. One more than Justine's 6 championship wins. Which your aunt especially resented because before Trish came to WWE, she was a model, so Trish had to learn the business from the ground up. Justine always thought Trish got special treatment compared to someone like her, who worked in other promotions for WWE. What do you think? Is there something you can use there?
I'm here on NXT tonight with a big announcement. I'm proud to share that the superstars of tomorrow will be honoring the legacy of the greatest WWE women's legend of all time. I'm announcing the first ever Trish Stratus Battle Royal. Well, the main event is next week. We're kicking things off tonight as I personally honor Trish by wearing this out to the ring for a special match on NXT 2.0, the old WWE Women's Championship. This is the same championship that Trish won 7 times over the course of her remarkable career. Even my Aunt Justine didn't hold it 7 times. It is going to give me such stratisfaction to wear this tonight, in homage to the greatest WWE legend and women's champion ever, Trish Stratus.
WWE's most exciting superstars is here visiting NXT.
And she brought a vintage WWE Women's Championship to tout the upcoming Trish Stratus Battle Royal.
It's obvious she's throwing Trish Stratus's accomplishments in her aunt's face. Is it going to work? We'll see.
Vertigo. Places her right in the corner. Enziri. Now a leg breaker.
Wrestling 101. If you can't stand, you can't fight.
With the counter.
But she has to push now while the window's open. And both athletes showing that they have each other's number.
Great display. She saw it coming. Oh.
Ripped off the ropes, shoulder first.
She can be setting up for a submission here.
Wow, the power that takes is insane.
I don't know what choice she has except to tap out here. She's going to have to tap.
I agree. There it is.
Here is your winner, the Boss.
Just when you thought the road to WrestleMania couldn't get any more exciting, Trish Stratus herself has entered NXT's first ever Trish Stratus Battle Royal.
Well, there were a lot of fan favorites coming into this 6-woman Battle Royal, but Trish just threw most of their chances over the top rope.
That gets reversed on Nikita.
That just reverberated throughout the entire...
Becky Lyons has been eliminated.
Making a statement.